The Estevan Bruins and Nipawin Hawks both headed into December 3rd's game on a losing skid, but one of them was bound to break it. The Bruins were losers of 6 straight games, and the Hawks had lost 7 out of their last 8. The game also meant a little more for Ryan Ostertag, Jesse Bernard, and Tyler Pozlowski, as they were all playing the teams that had dealt them earlier this season. Estevan got off to a slow start and were forced to fight back from an early deficit. Hawks opened the scoring, beating Bruins goaltender Derek Tendler low blocker side. Just over a minute later, Hawks defenseman Keaton Martins went end-to-end and beat Tendler low blocker side again. Before the game was 6 minutes old, the Bruins trailed by 2, but they started to wake up near the end of the period. It turned out that a power play was just what the Bruins needed. With Hawks player Grant Jensen in the box for a kneeing penalty, the Bees offense took over. Calder Neufeld buried a power play goal and cut the Hawks lead to 1. It looked like the Bruins were returning to the power play when the Hawks ran Tendler, but Dominic Perreault took one too many shots at the opposition after the whistle, and it resulted in a 4-on-4. The first period ended with the Hawks leading 2-1. In the second period, it was the Bruins who were taking the action to the Hawks. Just after a Hawks penalty had expired, Dylan Smith scored his 24th of the season to tie the game at 2s. After 3 nice hits in a row by the Bruins, it seemed to charge the players up. Tyler Kauk then sprung Michael Hagan in on a breakaway, and he buried it to give the home team their first lead of the game. Unfortunately, it didn't last long, as 12 seconds later, Stu Holland spoiled that lead to tie the game at 3. In the third, things started to fall apart for the Bruins as the Hawks scored 3 unanswered goals to take a 6-3 lead. With under 4 minutes left in the game and down by 3 goals, the Bruins were not about to give up. Off a mad scramble in front, Matt Brikaliuk buried one in the wide-open net to make it 6-4. The icing on top of the cake for the Hawks came on this beauty deke by Darius Cole. After the game, Coach Keith Cassidy pointed to his team only being able to hold the lead for 12 seconds as a problem area.
Our reaction right after a goal has to be better, and we've talked about that. But it's disappointing. We've only got 2 games at home in December, and you'd like to put on a pretty good show for the fans and the people around here. And I think we gave them something to get excited about, but we certainly didn't follow through on that. And I think our guys are at we're in a pretty fragile state of mind right now. And we're just trying to build on the positive things that we see. But unfortunately, there weren't enough of them tonight to get the 2 points. But it's the beauty of hockey. We get another chance to do that tomorrow.
The Bruins are a young team, and with some key injuries in the lineup, the rookies are learning a lot right now.
I'll say we're a young team learning. The amount of pressure that we put on certain young guys is probably not right at this point, but they're certainly getting a baptism by fire, and it's going to make us stronger down the road. But right now, it's a little tough to deal with because night after night after night, they do 75% of the things right. Unfortunately, in a hockey game, you got to get closer to the 100% range. But if you came here to scout this game and you're looking at the guys that were chewing up a lot of minutes, especially on the back end, I think you'd see we got a couple of real keepers back there. But at the same time, they are first-year guys, and they're playing a lot of minutes, and we'll get them some help.
With lots of time on the road for the Bruins in December, Cassidy says a travel time can help the team.
Being on the road, it goes two ways. I mean, I thought at the end of the results weren't there certainly in terms of points on our last road trip, but we certainly got stronger as we went on. And I was hoping that momentum was going to lead into tonight. And with the addition of Matt back in the lineup, I thought we were going to have a bit of a spark. So, but points aside on that last road trip, I thought we learned a lot. Now going forward into this one that we've got coming up, I mean, we're just up to Yorkton tomorrow. So we got to come and just take it as a one-off because we're there and back, and then we got practice all week, and then we jump on the bus and go to Flin Flon. And I think going up to Flin Flon is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of guys, and I think that might inspire a few guys. I think the last one like I said, I think we learned a lot about each other as a team on that last trip, and points aside, it's going to benefit us. But going up to this one in Flin Flon, well, you know what? Now we need the points. So let's go out. We're going to go out there and do our best to take care of that situation.
For EstevanMercury.ca, I'm Rhys Kelso.